I'm gonna get straight to it before all these monitoring spirits start popping out of nowhere. Yeah, these gang stalkers has been very relentless. Just imagine, if you work a 9 to 5. See, exactly, here comes somebody. At first it was, I ain't see nobody, it was quiet. Now here comes somebody jogging, and then they just turned around. I don't know if I'm scaring them because I got this mask on my face. Man, it's like, I don't know. But anyway, can't get distracted. These monitoring spirits, maybe I look like a criminal. I don't know. See, that's the whole thing too, why I never wanted fame or anything, man, because I didn't see just weird stuff. The guy was just jogging this way, then he turned the other way and ran by a certain area, then he stopped and ran back over. So I don't know. But anyway, these monitoring spirits, man, it's been relentless. Like, it don't matter if you chosen, called, anointed, any label you want to label, man. These disagreeable beings are very relentless, man. And I honestly haven't even been feeling like making videos. It's like it's draining. When you're really going through spiritual battles, because I went through a lot of physical battles and, battles with self, battles with other people. But this mental, this spiritual war, man, this relentlessness of these demons, these entities, man, they just don't stop. And I told myself that I wasn't gonna give the energy to be making too many videos about them, but I had to express this. This is many reasons why they say this journey and all this stuff is not for the weak, because it's not. Certain people, excuse me, are not physically or mentally strong, or they may be physically, look at that bird, see, it's all kind of stuff be going on, physically strong, but mentally weak. That's how people take themselves out or do all these crazy, situations, man, because they can't take the pressures that come with life. And I can't lie, man. Sometimes I just be wanting to give up, but I feel like once I'm able to save up and do certain things, I just need a new surrounding, But just imagine, no matter what you do or where you go, every time you come out the house, cars or something riding by, or somebody just happen to be walking past your place. Or if you work a regular 9 to 5 or whatever you do, especially if you in that type of field where you got to clock in, imagine working and you got people always looking in your face and giving you ugly looks. Imagine if when you go to the grocery store and people giving you ugly looks and seem to be watching you. You know how when they be accusing people for stealing that's not even stealing? That's a monitoring spirit. Just imagine every avenue that you do in your life, you always got these entities watching you. Don't you know that is hell in itself? If you repeat the same thing and doing the same thing every day, you wake up, you doing things, that's not a peace of mind. You should be able to go out into nature or whatever and be able to at least get some type of, freedom of mind. You know what I mean? But you got so many weird entities and different people, but they're sent, man. And a lot of people think things are a coincidence. Like atheists and all this. I'm not here to disagree or I do disagree with atheists, but I don't judge people's beliefs based on what they believe, because at the end of the day, it's their belief. You know what I mean? I don't understand how they can't think that, how they analyze being atheists. Like, I don't see how they can see that all of this is by intelligent design. Everything fits with the earth, from the ants, the bees, the trees, you know, the animals. You know, you don't just get something that just pops out of nothing. Something had to create it. And the creator is also known as a god. You know, but I really feel like the final stages of this spiritual war is coming to an end. I feel like the final war is to take place. And you may say, what do I mean? I feel like all of this stuff they've been showing us, all of these things on the news, everything, distractions with the rappers and the actresses and actors and the YouTubers and the vloggers and everything is really a distraction. And I know I get distracted. Even me being gang stalked and followed and monitored, you know, is a distraction. Because sometimes I don't want to make videos about, you know, this type of stuff. Just like when I started, even when I started this YouTube channel, like I said, I never planned on doing this, and I still haven't told anyone that I created this channel. But I didn't start this channel to show police officers and public servants. They started getting in the camera view. They started getting in their lives. It just showed the people how much, you know, certain individuals got to go through. If I had the camera on 24/7, you will see that times 10. And that's why too, when I'm making these videos, I don't know, you know, if they're real supporters really watching this or people just monitoring. And in my opinion, I feel like it's bots, certain agencies, because I've gotten certain videos, you know, they ain't got a lot, but I feel like it could go even farther. People have been hating on my videos. I already know that. Shadow ban or some type of weird thing's been happening. But, yeah, I never know. Like, I think that was last month or whatever. I looked on the analytics or whatever they call it. They said I had 12,000 and something viewers. I was shocked myself because I'm like, it didn't appear to show. I'm like, what are they watching? You know, but I'm saying too, like, I wasn't barely getting any comments. I barely was getting a few likes, but compared to the views. So I'm saying that to say this, you never know who watching you. You know what I mean? Because if you are a supporter, you will be supporting or leaving a comment about certain things. And when you don't see that and you have people, because the majority of the people that subscribe are not the ones viewing the videos. I just really started paying attention to stuff because I've been knowing a lot of funny things, finding out a lot of funny things when I'm making the content. And me being the type of individual that I am, I mean, the truth is in the pudding. I really don't have to talk much if you really paid attention to the content. I've showed you little instances where I stop somewhere or do a little something, and then here goes certain individuals, you know, certain public servants, this, that, and the third, that probably be even subscribed to the channel. But they're a part of those monitoring spirits. You know, they don't want to see you rise in no kind of way. They don't want to see you lucrative or anything. They rather hate on you and try to hold you back. That's why I tell you, don't ever feel like you're a weak individual or you just conquered, because if you were just a very weak entity, you wouldn't have all of these agencies, all of these systems, all of these actors and actresses and crisis actresses and actors and all of these people that's playing their roles to make sure you don't make it anywhere. And that's to whoever this may apply to. Some could be racial, a lot of it, and certain things can come from classism, and depending on what background you came from, or if your family left you some generational wealth. You know, you got a lot of people, man, that don't even look like me, that was called indentured servants, ain't nothing but what they call a slave. everything is a distraction. When the people separated, it ain't just racially, it's everything. Land separated, people separated, animals separated. You know? And I think that we don't understand a lot of times. When I say we, certain masses, there are a lot of people waking up, obviously, but there's still certain groups that are just asleep and they want to remain that way. They don't want to open their eyes and see what's really going on. They want to party and do certain stuff, and part of me can't blame them, but you know, they got to understand the bigger picture. You know? Like I said, I was given confirmation that we are not alone. And it's just the truth, man. We're not. So the bigger question is, you know, what should we be doing and what we should not be doing, I guess. I don't know, man. Sometimes I get so deep and I overload my brain through all this monitoring, through all this hate, through all these spiritual attacks. And I just get sick of it, man. It's like, I don't care what you believe. I don't care if you don't like me. I don't care if you feel like you want to do something to me. Do it. I'm just saying. Don't look, do. I'm not hoping somebody, I'm just saying, like, come on, man. If I'm not who I say I am, then try it. Because I'm going to tell you one thing for sure. I know I have a strong spiritual team behind me. You know, I know this because I wouldn't have been able to just make it through the things that I've made it through in my life. See, I didn't know it was divine guidance years and years and years ago. I was getting out of situations, surviving certain things. I've been in all kind of weather, discriminated on, hated, racism, sexism, you know, trying to work jobs, get fired, quit, people hating on me, all type of different things. See, when you start messing with somebody that's truly called and truly selected, and you trying to intervene, and you trying to hurt and cast spells on that individual, you get a boomerang effect that could come back towards you 10 times worse. Now, there are a lot of things and certain things that I am still trying to find out and fully understand. But I know I'm a high-ranking deity. And I believe wholeheartedly that the demons and the disagreeable beings in high places, of course, they already know that. There are a lot of ones that's out here. Selected ones. It's too much hate in this world, man. It's true. If I could help multiple people, I wouldn't care how they look. What color, nothing. If they're poor, going through things, and they really have a good heart to make a change and want to do something with themselves, who am I to judge them? See, people dislike me, whether I got a mask on or not, whether I'm working or not, whether it doesn't matter. It's just added on the fuel to the fire when I started making content. Just imagine if I got a big family. I could have told friends and everybody to try to just subscribe to the channel and do this and that. No, I didn't do it, and I still have not. And I'm glad I put a mask on my face, even though I guess it hinders me in certain ways. I don't like fame. I don't like I said, it was like 12,000 some people at one point when I seen it a few months ago. You don't know who them people are. You don't know if they're in the same town as you. You don't really know that. And I don't like things like that. So all the people that's actually just like fame and want to be all in the spotlight, and they become the biggest targets. And it's not just me, you know, caring about being some target or something. I like to do normal things. I like a peace of mind. I don't want to have to walk around with bodyguards and have all kind of different individuals approaching me all the time. I mean, once in a while, if somebody want to acknowledge you and you know that person, they know who you are, whatever, that's cool. But far as like stardom and all that type of crazy stuff, pandemonium, and you can't even go get food without a bunch of million people in your face, etc. Like, no. That's not something I'm into. And that's for another reason why I'm like, I was gonna just be like, I'm just gonna take this off, because I got a lot of content. I really do. I could talk about so many different things, but these spiritual attacks been so rapid and so unpredictable, but yet predictable. You know, it's like anytime I'm trying to do something, I'm being distracted, or even with certain people you care about. I noticed that too. I was trying to make an important video, and all of a sudden certain family members that barely ever called was calling, and a couple times I try to make a video, get things on my mind while I'm on the phone and just moving around. All kind of things are constantly happening. Like, I was gonna turn the camera, but it's a woman. She clearly on something, because she's tweaking out. But yeah, man, like, this video was just based upon me just having a deep conversation with those real ones, because I know it's a lot of hateful eyes out there on me. Just like it's a lot of hateful eyes on you. That's why it's on us. You know what I mean? And don't always say no to drugs, man. I gotta say this because I'm just freestyling with this video as my eyes are watching. Like, I've been seeing people, I don't know what they're on, but I've seen people talking to themselves, walking, talking crazy, you know, especially women. Like, I just gotta throw this out there. I understand certain people really be trying to help, but you gotta be careful, you know, because of certain people trying to take advantage, especially of women. Like, if you ain't trying to help, leave that person alone. Like, she was looking over at me, she was tweaking her head back and forth. She got 2 bags, one on her each shoulder. Almost like she don't even know where she's going. She's talking to herself. She was looking at me. I don't want no parts. But yeah, and distractions, I feel like they come in all type of forms. And it's real. It's like a lot of people are definitely waking up and realizing that it is more to life than just work, sleep, sex, having a good time. You know, it's more, it's lessons to be learned. You have to learn lessons in order to pass. All of this stuff is about school. Everything is schooling that you have to learn. It's why you're here. And to make changes. Karmic debts, you know, certain things with the answer. Yeah, I believe that it's very deep, but you have to seek this knowledge, because a lot of things were destroyed. You've been told a lie since birth. You know, you are not who they say you are. All kind of things. So they try to keep you in a blind of not understanding who you are in self. Because once you realize who you are, then you finally know where you're going, and they can't distract you. See, I can't lie, I get on social media and I get distracted, but it's on purpose, because sometimes I get tired of hearing the negativities of the world. So sometimes I turn on a funny video and I do something just to laugh and try to giggle, but I know every time I step out the house, anywhere I go, whatever I do, I'm being watched and monitored. Not only by disagreeable beings, but agreeable beings that's on my team. Just like you as well. I don't believe everybody is chosen, but I don't want to say that in an egotistical way. I just feel like the real ones that's tapped in, they really tapped in. When you become one with everything and you start realizing that we are all as one. But when all this separation and all these different things happen, it destroyed a lot of knowledge, it destroyed a lot of original ways of living, original ways of probably burials and all kind of things. You know? When these entities took over, see, one thing you got to realize too and really understand, you give too much power to the enemy. You think that they just, how easily just one groups of people or one group of people came and did all this. You can believe that if you want. You got to understand, groups of people came together. Entities, beings, reptilians. There are all type of different forms of reptilians, and this stuff is real. They're not just making X-Files and all these other movies and sitcoms or whatever you want to call them for nothing. Yeah, some things are hoax. That's why when you gotta understand and try to figure out and go with your first mind and have that discernment to understand when a wool is being pulled over your eyes. You know, let them hate me. You know, that's what they're here to do. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to get distracted all the time and allow them to get me angry, because I've been allowing people to get me angry. I've been allowing people to get me upset. And it's the little things that add up. I've been having financial problems. People ain't supporting this. Cool. I feel like eventually it'll happen. I can't always say subscribe. Support the channel. Do this. Here and there I can say it, but I just can't be on repeat with that. I'm not one of those kind of people. But when I get in my mode, that's why I try to stay in the mode of making these videos. Then I'm really in my mode. But I feel like just a bunch of energy vampires are just draining my energy through these videos. But I do it for the real supporters, because I really believe it's true supporters out there. But maybe the videos or something ain't reaching you, or the comments is off. I don't know how it go. Right now I don't have time to try to look into it and do that. My life has kind of been on the go. It's not spectacular, but I'm just trying to figure out a lot. Dealing with family members passing judgment on me, you know. It ain't just one thing. It's just a person ain't fitting in with a lot of people. You know, it go both ways. Communication go both ways as well. It's like, I love my people, man. I like to go around my people too and have a good time. Don't get me wrong. I don't always want to think about spiritual this and monitor this or whatever. Sometimes I don't even want to talk about this stuff. I want to do normal things. But when you realize and fully understand and grasp that you are not average and you are not normal, you have to live with that burden of living in the know. You know what took place. You know what type of position. You know, in this physical plane, you are a prisoner of war. If you a certain type of entities. And you are here to serve that purpose of whatever it is. You got to find them clues. You got to look at them synchronicities and them numbers. Because that's how the spiritual team connects with you and communicate with you, is through numerology. And other type of signs. Animals. Humans. All kind of different things. You got to pay attention to the signs. And yes, this stuff could be very scary in a way. If you see something in front of your eyes that you can't fully explain, it could be scary. You know, even myself, I'm learning to try to face certain fears, because it ain't no too many fears I fear in this physical sense, but sometimes I have a fear of a slight fear of the unknown. But I'm working on it, and I'm slowly facing it. And if you're going through anything in your life and you being fearful about not just spiritual things or what you're experiencing on this earth plane, follow your first mind. You know, understand when the enemy is talking to you, and realize when the inner you is speaking to you. Because understand, Satan is a very high-ranking entity. And like I said, you get an enemy too much power talking about these individuals and thinking, giving them single-handedly the power, like they had the ability to do all of this. No, there were packs, there were groups that come against those, what they call chosen ones. Some that look like you and some that didn't look like you. They just came together to come to a pact for an agenda. For certain rich people to stay richer and the poor to continue to stay poor and get poor. You know, so, and like I said, they always around monitoring like that, like, dude, you know, I don't know him. Why you in my face? Maybe because of the mask. I really don't care. They just be nosy. Because it'll get to a point where I make a video in front of a gang stalker's face. You know what I'm saying? I got that boldness in me. I just don't be trying to have them get free energy feeding off of me. Because they are definitely vampires. They multi entities. They energy vampires, they demons, they monitoring spirits, they all in one. You may think somebody talking crazy, talking about shapeshifters and all this. How you think trouble and all this stuff? You ever heard it say, the saying, oh, trouble seems to just follow me. Yeah, it's following you because it could be generational curses, generational demons, you know, certain generational stuff that's going on. See, here come that person that I was just talking about, and now he's walking over this way. So I'm gonna end the video. So like, comment, and subscribe, and exactly what I said, turn on your post notifications, you know, support the channel. But yeah, you know, it's real. It's definitely real. Hello. All right, I'm out. Triple.
I'm joking.
Huh?
I'm joking.
What's going on with you?
I got some people following me, so can we dip that way?
You got some people following you?
I heard you did too, so.
I'm out. Triple.